It's Inside the 18, brought to you by Northside Automotive. This is your weekly look at the men's and women's soccer programs at West Virginia University. Both teams were on the road in conference play as they're right in the meat of their schedules. So let's get to the scores and highlights. Last Wednesday evening, West Virginia and Iona hooked up for a non-conference matchup. The Gales scored first in the 11th minute. WVU equalized when Eric Shanley took a Nick Raskaski pass and buried the shot. The Mountaineers took the lead in the 58th minute when Majid Osman scored off a Shadow Sabali assist to make it 2-1. Zach Leda made it 3-1 20 minutes later as West Virginia cruised to their 6th victory of the season. It was back on the road and back to conference play last Saturday as the Mountaineers visited Western Michigan. The home side drew first blood 11 minutes into the match and maintained its lead through halftime. West Virginia finally broke through in the 53rd minute when freshman Ryan Kane scored his second goal of the season to knock the score at 1. That would be it for the scoring in this match as WVU remained undefeated in conference play. The Mountaineer women were also in conference play as they visited fellow Big 12 newcomer TCU. The home team capitalized on their first scoring chance of the match, but WVU would tie the match in the 40th minute when Amanda Hill took a ball that a defender cleared off the line and volleyed it into the far side of the net. West Virginia took the lead in the 52nd minute when Bree Rodriguez scored her first goal of the season off an assist from Bree McCarthy. Both teams had chances later in the match, but the 2-1 lead held, giving WVU its first Big 12 road win. The future looks bright for the WVU men's team as they are getting great play from many of the freshmen on the squad. We talked with head coach Marlon LeBlanc and asked him to give us some information on each of his first-year players.
Nick Raskaski. Nick's an athletic kid, fast. He's a good listener. He's a good learner. I think for what he's doing in his freshman year, sky's the limit for where he's going to be by the time his career is up here. Francio is from Jamaica, St. Catherine. He's a big, strong boy. I think he's one of these players who is going to be very, very good for us. He's played quite a bit to start the year, and we think that, again, he's another one who sky's the limit, athletic, long, tall, hard-nosed, wants to defend, and finding defenders that want to defend in this day and age is a commodity. Majid Osman is a center forward for us. He can also play in the attacking midfield. He's very, very good at holding the ball up. His 1v1 ability is excellent. He loves to run at players, and he can score. Can score goals, and I think Majid is one of these guys who, again, is a excellent prospect for us. Who's only going to get better. Ryan Kane is a former U20 international for New Zealand. He's athletic, pacey, honest player, blue collar. Loves to get after the ball, works his socks off, runs off the ball very well. And essentially is another kid who's got a nose for the goal. As a freshman, and the impact he's making, I can't wait to see where he's going to be moving forward. Zach Leda is really one of our most honest players on the pitch. He works hard both ways. He's a two-way midfielder that will get up and down, and very, very coachable, very, very easy to work with. And again, he's another youngster that's gotten in. He's playing big minutes for us and contributing. Alessandro Mion, U17 U.S. international from Florida, came in with an injury, but our expectation is that he will be cleared here in the next few weeks. Kevin Armstrong is an excellent young goalkeeper from San Diego, California, and came out of the academy out there in San Diego. He is one for the future. I think we've got a senior goalkeeper in front of him right now, but he's just soaking it all in. Our goalkeeping core moving forward is in pretty good hands with guys like Kevin. Kyle Underwood is arguably the fastest player in college soccer. He has got an unbelievable amount of pace to burn, and that's the one thing we as coaches can't teach. I think as Kyle really starts to settle in, more goals. He's scoring now and setting goals up, and the more and more he starts to settle into the speed of the game here at college soccer, his physical speed will take over. Jamie Merriam from Maryland has really done very, very well for us. Athletic, fast, another honest, hard-working player. He changes the game for us. Whether he starts or he comes off the bench, he offers something different from some of the other guys. He's very, very coachable, wants to learn, wants to get better, and he's scoring. He's setting things up for us, and we really think Jamie has probably surprised a lot of people in terms of what he can do, but he hasn't surprised us. Chris Bates is a young defender for the future. He's from Virginia, Richmond, Virginia area. Chris is a big left-footed center back who can absolutely ping a ball in the mold of Eric Shanley. We really like what he's going to bring to us in the future. Hayden Bennett is another Virginia kid, another central defender who's done very, very well for us. He's a big boy, he's good in the air, he works very, very hard, and he's willing to play a role. And a lot of times when freshmen are willing to accept their duty as playing a role, the success will come quicker. Griffin Libhart, he's a good young prospect with technical ability. He can play in midfield or he can play in the back. For Griffin, we're really looking forward to seeing how he develops moving forward, because he's got all the technical ability. Now it's acclimating into our level and continuing to help him with his development, but we think Griffin's got a bright future for us. I think what we've seen so far out of this crew is it's been an impactful group that at the highest levels are able to step in and contribute in a fashion that gets us wins and goals and assists, and we've been very, very pleased with them to date. They all offer something different, and they all offer something the same. And the differences in what they bring to the table individually, but the same is that we know I'm going to get their best effort every game.
That'll do it for this edition of Inside the 18. Remember, you can keep up with soccer and all sports at WVU 24/7 by just clicking on WVUsports.com. I'm Adam Zundell, and we'll see you next week for Inside the 18, brought to you by Northside Automotive.